I would encourage anybody out there in claims that your communication has to be paramount to everything. People just need an update. They need to know what's going on. It's no different from us. Radio silence does not do any good. Even if you don't have any answers, call them back, acknowledge that you're working on it, send them an email, something. What's up, guys? So getting ready for the first Monday meeting of March 1st here. Super excited because Jake is back from his wedding and honeymoon. We finished up February pretty solid. This should be a pretty good meeting to get us rolling for March. It's a long month, and we'll just kind of keep the ball rolling here. So, all right, so March 1st, here we come. Jake's back, which is kind of nice that he gets to start with a clean slate in the beginning of a new month after a very exciting time in his life. Now we'll kind of help bring Karen to the next level in her process, which she found out as the last probably 8 to 10 days of February ended up quoting a lot more and binding a few more policies, which in turn takes a little bit more time in the beginning, learning carriers, learning what they like, their appetite, and then that whole process. So now that she's kind of learning that on a different level, we've got to kind of keep that moving and then keep the visits moving at the same time. And in another couple weeks, she'll be that much better. She'll be quicker at quoting, quicker at kind of identifying where certain risk should go and who likes those the most. And in turn, when you get faster at quoting and binding, it frees up more time to market, which should bring in more leads, and everything just gets a little bit quicker, more efficient. But we just have to help her get there, help her with her time management. I'm probably not the best at that stuff either, so I'm super aware of my time and how that's used. I'm usually better at it on Mondays, like I've probably said in the past, when I'm crunched for time and I have to go pick up my oldest. So I tend to work a little bit better when there's not as much time available throughout the day for me and things are scheduled. Okay, what's up, guys? So Monday evening, just finished my run. So for me, I find it to be good for my health, my mental health as well, to get out and exercise and go for a run. So usually Christy and I try to get out in the morning, but when I can't do that, the afternoon works. Get a quick run in, get a little bit more work in, knock everything out, and good to go. And I sleep pretty good too. Not all about insurance over here at Follow the Lines Going South. Got to take care of yourself. And I don't know, what do you guys do to kind of cut loose and maybe just zone out, think of good ideas? Maybe you don't think of anything at all. I know that's how it is when I run. I'll turn on some tunes. Sometimes I come up with all kinds of ideas. Sometimes it's things like this, to start a vlog, content for the vlog, while other times I just kind of run, zone out, and I typically try to run about 3 to 5 miles, but maybe a couple miles in, I realize that nothing's going on in my head, and it's kind of nice. So, all right, let me know what you guys do. Talk to you soon. Okay, what's up, guys? Ryan Mahoney here with Goosehead Insurance. So I hope I can articulate this one as good as I did earlier. But today I was making a few phone calls, building some relationships with some loan officers, trying to get something started, just get an opportunity, get our foot in the door. And one of the things we run into is that the loan officers will say, oh, well, just send me a quote and I'll pass it along to the buyers. And although, yes, we can do that, but there are a few challenges and hurdles with that process. One, how do we know if the quote we're providing is accurate, if it has the coverages that they want, if it has a high deductible, Maybe they want a low deductible. We don't know if they have dogs, trampolines. We can probably see pictures of the pool, but liability concerns. Down here in Florida, we don't know if they have a wind mitigation, or depending on the age of the house, we may need a 4-point inspection before it'll qualify, how old the roof is. So there's a lot of variables out there to quote insurance that if we send out a quote and then it changes, it's not accurate. Obviously we can explain why that happened, but it's just overall not a good client experience. The other thing that happens is that we don't get a chance to even talk to these folks, build a connection with our clients, get to know them and build rapport with them so that they actually know the person that they're buying the insurance from. So ultimately, at the end of the day, the best thing for us is to get a name and phone number, and we can reach out to them, connect with them, make sure we're providing the right insurance for their particular situation, get to know them, their family, they get to know us, and it's usually a way better client experience. So the other thing about it too is I use the example of me. I have a friend of mine that does health insurance because we don't play in that space, and I give him the name and phone number and let him take care of it because I don't want to be the middleman in something I know nothing about. And it's the same thing with commercial insurance. We have a few folks we work with on commercial insurance, and we pass their name and number over so that the client can directly reach out to them and vice versa, just because that's not my wheelhouse. I don't want to be the middleman to that. And the last thing we want to see happen is that either coverages get missed, maybe questions don't get asked that should have, and people get canceled or their rates go up, something happens. But ultimately, at the end of the day, we want to provide the best client experience for folks. And we have found that the highest producing loan officers and real estate agents that we work with, we all trust each other. We trust our process. I trust that they're going to do a good job with the loan. The real estate agent's going to do a good job buying and selling the house. And we in turn are going to do a good job with the insurance and talk to people. So that's the feedback we typically get, is that it is a good experience working with all of us. That's what we want. And hopefully this helps if you're out there marketing to folks and you're getting pushback to just provide quotes and it gets sent over. Maybe this will help you kind of deepen that relationship. And if it doesn't change, there's plenty of people out there to work with that will provide you the name and contact, and quite frankly, a warm introduction. That's all anybody wants out there, is a nice introduction to someone they know and trust that will do a good job. So anyways, guys, hope this helps you out in your marketing endeavors. And that's my Tuesday. Okay, what's up, guys? So this one I'm going to shoot real quick before I jump out of the car and go inside and see all the girls. Today, actually I should back up. Yesterday, I had a client call me because she has a claim going on and she hasn't heard from the adjuster, and it's been several days, and they said they were going to call her back. So no problem. I send that up to high priority for my team. They reach out to the insurance company on her behalf to kind of get the status and all that stuff. So that way she doesn't have to waste her time in her day just to try to get a call back. But my team talks to them. They say that an adjuster should reach out by the end of the day today. And I get a text message that no one's reached out to her. So people buy insurance in the event that something happens. And it's extremely frustrating for me, my team, the client, everybody involved, when they have a claim and there's no communication from the adjusters. So I would encourage anybody out there in claims that your communication has to be paramount to everything. People just need an update. They need to know what's going on. It's no different from us. Radio silence does not do any good. Even if you don't have any answers, call them back, acknowledge that you're working on it, send them an email, something. But we have to be better through the claims process, because typically that's what leaves a bad taste in people's mouths. They don't want to be paying insurance as it is. So then when something actually happens and it's a hassle and it's not a good process, it doesn't help the industry as a whole. So, rule of thumb for anybody, call people back, email them, and just do what you say you were going to do, and set a good expectation for the process. So hopefully we can get this resolved, and my team will step in and we'll try to do what we can for this lady. She's been super, super patient, so I gotta hand it to her. I don't think everybody else will show the same patience, nor will she, if the lack of communication goes on during the claim process. All right, see you guys. Okay, friends, so here's my update for Thursday. Non-insurance-y update, I guess. So while I was talking to Blake on the phone, I usually will walk outside the office and pace back and forth on the sidewalk there on the street, and just enjoy being out of the office and getting some sun. But as I was kind of walking up and down, and then I'd rest my foot on one of the concrete walls next to the bushes there, and I noticed someone's wallet. Basically, picked that up, did a little bit of digging on who they were, couldn't find them on Facebook, and tried to find something in there where I could contact them, and then noticed that there was a business debit card on there. And so I called the business and was able to find this person, who was extremely appreciative and thankful. And they were actually surfing on the east coast of Florida here. So, but it weighed on their mind pretty heavily, because obviously he'd have to go through and cancel all of his credit cards and debit cards and all that fun stuff, or not so fun stuff, I should say. Kind of a nice moment to be able to at least track someone down and get them their license and all their credit cards and stuff. And I think from what I understand, they own a couple restaurants in the Sarasota area there. So anyways, guys, it's kind of nice to be able to do that for someone and find their wallet, because that wouldn't be ideal. Never a good day if you lose your wallet out there. Anyways, hope you guys are having a fantastic day. Hold on to your wallets, and we'll see you next time. All right, what's up, guys? It's Friday. The week comes to a close. Not a bad week, but had to put out a few fires this morning, some challenges, some questions, concerns. Nothing we can't handle, but nevertheless, it sometimes can be stressful, especially on a Friday morning to start your day like that. So typically I'm pretty good about not letting things get to me, but some days take longer than others. But to keep it short right now, wrap up the week. All in all, good week for us here at the Mahoney Manhart Agency. Here's my insurance tip for you guys, because it came up today. I wrote a home and a couple cars for these folks, and I sent the email of our quotes maybe a week and a half ago to them. They were comparing it. We were less right off the bat, but one thing that grabbed their attention as we were reviewing everything together is that they were looking at a 6-month auto policy versus our annual policy. It ended up being considerably less, and they weren't really aware of that until they actually looked at the policy. So most people don't pay attention to that stuff as much in detail as we do. They just continue to pay the monthly bill. But when your monthly bills goes from $166 to $110, that's a huge difference overall. So anyways, that's on your auto policy. I think like 99.99% of home insurance policies are annual. Don't need to worry about that. Your home policies are typically annual, especially if they're paid by the mortgage company. They're all annual. But your auto can be 6 months or a year annual policy. So something to be aware of when you're comparing quotes out there and premium when you're looking at the bottom line. So hope this helps, guys, and we'll see you next time.